Morning, everybody. How many of you are looking forward to next Thursday? Am I the only Thanksgiving fan in here? I mean, I love that holiday. Sit around and eat, hang out with friends and family, and if you're into that football thing, maybe watch a little of that. I'm going to my in-laws' house, so I'm probably going to go shooting. How many of you do jail visitation? I'm going through a series answering questions. And I've got probably the next, at least through December done. And then I'm working on next year's schedule. I'm going to try and get all of next year, at least the next 6 months of topics. So if there's a burning question you have about God or the Bible or even about life, and you wonder if the Bible addresses that thing, write it down on a piece of paper, put it in the collection box. There's a good chance I'll take it up. I'll look at it, I'll consider it. I got 2 last week from the other congregation that I'm considering. So if there's just something going on in your mind and you'd really like to hear it addressed, this is the time to do it. You may not get another opportunity to do this for 6 months to a year. So make sure you get it in the collection box today. Today's question, how do you know which religion's right? How many of you have heard this statement before? All religions teach pretty much the same thing. All religions are pretty much alike. Let me see your hands. Now, isn't that crazy? If they're all alike, why are there a bunch of different religions? And if you were to talk to the leaders of these religions, not only would they say that their religion is the only right one, they would say all the other religions are wrong. Now, in today's day and age, it's real politically incorrect to call somebody's religion wrong. So they'll say they believe their religion is right, but they might not say your religion is wrong. But their religion says every other religion is wrong. For example, Catholicism has anathematized Christians of other sects. It says if you're a Christian but not a Catholic, you're damned and going to hell. Now, I'm not faulting Catholics. Almost all religions say that. Almost all religions say theirs is the only way to get to heaven. So you're an outsider looking in, you just might go, how am I supposed to know? Check this out. Let's say I laid up on the table 10 $100 bills, and I called for a volunteer. And somebody comes up, says, okay, there's 10 $100 bills. 1 of those is real. 9 of those is counterfeit. I'll give you a week. If you can figure out the real one, it's yours. How many of you think you're going to end up with the real $100 bill? Let me see your hands. Boy, some of you are not very confident. Oh, I would. There's no question. You give me a week, put out some more. I'll get it figured out. I'll take it to a bank. So put that pen thing on there. Done. I'll talk to an expert in paper so he can feel it and tell me. Because you know the paper they make those bills out of is unique. It's a secret recipe. They only know how to make that paper. I will go and I will photocopy them because they make them in such a way they can't be photocopied. Oh, I'll figure it out. Now, if it's a $100 bill, how many of you would at least try? Let me see your hands. Okay, that's better. You don't have a lot of confidence, do you? Okay, let me change the stakes. $10,000. How many of you would figure it out within a week? Let me see your hands. Now we're talking. So you're just not cheap is what you're telling me. All right. Well, so there's a lot of religions out there. Get the little pen out. Figure them out. Is religion worth more than $1,000, $10,000? If the religions are true and they say you can have eternity in heaven, it might be worth doing a little research. Know this, all the religions cannot be right. They're mutually exclusive. They all say the other ones are wrong. The leaders of them say theirs alone is right. Christianity says Jesus is the only way to get to heaven. Judaism says, So they can't both be right. All the religions can be wrong, but they can't all be right. There's one other option. 2 options. They're all wrong. They can't all be right. Or one's right. Those are your options. Now, how can we figure it out? Is there actually a way to know the truth? And of course, I wouldn't be standing here today if I didn't think there was. Now, that's me. I have met ministers who aren't sure their religion is right. Yeah, no wonder we're screwed up today. I mean, those guys don't know what's right. What are they doing as ministers? That is insane. That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And yet there he was right in front of me. I was just like, is there a way we can know? And I think there is. And again, you know me. I like to put things into black and white. Either we can figure it out for ourselves or we need some outside help. Now, a lot of people like to think they can figure it out for themselves. Oh, we can figure it out for ourselves. Well, if that's true, then how come Catholics say everybody's got it wrong and everybody says the Catholics got it wrong? How come Jews say don't worship idols and all Hindus do is worship idols? How come if everybody's got a chance at figuring it out, everybody figured out something different? You see, it's one thing to say, oh, I can figure it out, but look at what happened. People have been trying to figure it out, and they've got more religions than you can count. So as the simple guy I am, I either figure we can figure it out ourselves or we can't. Obviously, we can't. They've been trying for thousands of years, and they always come up with something different and contradictory. So I know we can't figure it out for ourselves. If there's a true religion, we cannot figure it out for ourselves. Somebody from the outside has got to look in and show us. That's the only way we can know. And believe it or not, most of the religions out there claim that somebody on the outside has communicated with them. Have you realized that? Christianity, we have the prophets who have given us the Bible. We believe that the Bible is the Word of God. We don't believe men just made it up and it was wise sayings. We believe it's straight from God. Mormonism, they got the Book of Mormon. Doctrine and Covenants, Pearl of Great Price, and prophets in their churches today who tell them, supposedly, the word from God. So they figure, we can't figure it out ourselves, we need outsiders to tell us the truth. Jehovah's Witnesses, same thing. Hinduism, same thing. Islam, it's got the Quran, got Muhammad, same thing. All the religions that disagree with one another, say they can't figure it out for themselves, all say somebody from the outside has come in and told them the truth. So how are we to know? How do you know what the truth is? We can't figure it out ourselves. We need an outsider coming in. All these religions out there claim that they've got the right outsider telling them the truth, and yet they all disagree. But let me point out something very interesting. Christianity, I'm talking about biblical-based Christianity. I'm not talking about all the ethnic split-offs with this, that, and the next thing. Just talking about the Word of God, the Bible, Christians. We say the Bible is the Word of God. That's it. That's our authority. Jews say the Bible is the Word of God, the Old Testament only, and the Talmud. Mormons say the Bible is the Word of God and the Book of Mormon and their prophets. Jehovah's Witnesses say the Bible is the Word of God translated through their own version, plus the Awake and Watchtower Society. Islam says the Gospels, the writings of David, the writings of Moses, the things about Abraham, the Bible is the Word of God, and the Koran. Islam honors Jesus. Most Jews honor Jesus. Christians honor Jesus. Are you seeing a common denominator here? If we take out all the stuff we disagree over and settle on the one thing we agree, it's that the Bible is the Word of God. So that's where I'm going to start, and that's where I'm going to go. They all say it is, so let's go with it. By the way, Christians honor the Bible, but not the Talmud, not the Quran, not the Book of Mormon. Christians honor Jesus, but not Muhammad, not Joseph Smith, and none of the other prophets outside of the Bible. So everybody seems to be pointing at Jesus, pointing at the Bible. And I think that's a good place to go. That's where I start. So most religions agree that we need an outsider to show us the way. Most religions honor the Bible and something else. So we're just going to look at the Bible and forget the something else. I believe the Bible is trustworthy. I don't believe the Quran is trustworthy. I don't believe the Book of Mormon is trustworthy. I don't believe the Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita are trustworthy. And I don't believe Watchtower and Awake are trustworthy. And you throw in any other set of scriptures, I don't believe they're trustworthy. So why do you believe the Bible is trustworthy, Steve? I'll tell you. I believe it's trustworthy because it has withstood the test of time. I believe it's trustworthy because it's scientifically accurate. I believe it's trustworthy because it's historically accurate. And I believe it's trustworthy because it's philosophically accurate. You put that test up against those other books, watch what happens.